Why might Clemson beat Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl National Playoff Semifinal on December 31st? Ari, Bill, Doug. The Tigers, we saw them 3 years ago when Ohio State and Clemson played in the Orange Bowl. Why might not Clemson win this time just like they won that time?
2 words. This is what they call a layup. Deshaun Watson. Haven't played a quarterback as good as Deshaun Watson since Marcus Mariota in the championship game, uncoincidentally in the playoff in 2014. And I just think he's just all sorts of good. And regardless of where he is on a draft board, he's a immensely talented quarterback at the college level who can run and pass. And should I just stop talking because everybody knows all that?
No, I mean, we can talk about him. By the way, my over-under on stories I will write from Arizona on whether the Browns should draft Deshaun Watson, the over-under is 5. We said about them playing the best quarterback since Marcus Mariota. You think this might even be a different discussion. You might think we have to go back farther than that to find a guy.
Yeah, I don't know who it would be. I mean, obviously, Mariota won the Heisman, so it might sound crazy to say that. But I just look at Deshaun Watson and see a different kind of guy, both in terms of body size and maybe kind of the throws he can make. Deshaun Watson is without a doubt an NFL quarterback, and I think there was some question as to whether or not Marcus Mariota was that guy when Ohio State played him. I think he's since proven that he is, but back then in 2014, I had questions myself about how good Mariota actually was. Right.
All right, so what's your thing?
My thing is Brent Venables, Clemson's defensive coordinator. Urban Meyer called him one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. I think maybe he is the best. I think he's probably overqualified to have his job as a defensive coordinator and should be a head coach. And the thing I'm interested in and always interested in is when you have this long of a break to prepare for a team, what you dial up. And I think back to Bud Foster, Virginia Tech's defensive coordinator, when Ohio State played him in 2014, and that guy threw a defense at them that they were completely unprepared for. And I don't know how much is left in the bag of tricks to throw against Ohio State, but I'm curious to see if Brent Venables can dial something up against Ohio State.
And by the way, Venables was the defensive coordinator when Ohio State played Clemson 3 years ago. The 2 offensive coordinators from that game, I wrote a story back then about $1 million offensive coordinators. Chad Morris was a Clemson offensive coordinator, making $1.3 million. Tom Herman was the Ohio State offensive coordinator. Tom Herman's now the head coach at Texas. Chad Morris is the head coach at SMU. Your guy, Brent Venables, Ohio State doesn't have Tom Herman. Is this Ohio State offensive coaching staff going to be able to dial up the offense to win a game like this? The offense overall has not been good enough many of the times in the big games this year. Oklahoma, they got it done. They scored 17 in regulation against Michigan and looked like they were going to score no more than 7 until they figured it out right at the end of the game. Michigan State barely got it done. Northwestern barely got it done. We're not talking $1 million offensive coordinators in this game, and this is a big test for these Ohio State offensive coaches. He's Bill. He's Ari. I'm Doug. Stick with us all the way up until Arizona. We're leaving. Bill's flying Christmas night, and Ari's from Arizona. We'll see you there.